Hi guys, and welcome to the first episode of Nevermind Nevermind, where I'll be playing Nevermind. Yeah, so this game is one of those games that just got off Kickstarter, and it is a brilliant concept. It works on this thing called Biofeedback technology, which takes into account your response to how the game is going and then tailors it to how it pans out for you later on. So this basically works on the either using a camera that has Intel RealSense technology, which is what I will be doing through the entire game, and you can also use your heart rate monitors like Garmin or what's the other thing? Fitbit. Yeah, to monitor your heart rate. That works as well. So as of now, I don't know which one works better, but anything can be left in the comments below. So I would like to say before I start playing this game that I will not be making a lot of commentary during the gameplay because I don't want to ruin the experience for those watching. So let's get this show on the road then. So in this video, I'll be playing the first stage of the intro level of Nevermind. So this is where I stop talking.
Things have become almost unbearable for me. And for my family. Nothing has helped. I guess that's why I'm here. So, if I just talk about my troubles, you'll be able to use it later to help with the procedure? Seems hard to believe, but you're the experts. I think many of my issues started when I was young. So, why don't we start with my childhood days, yes? Okay, let's see. I was raised in a lovely cottage in rural Germany. We didn't have much, but my twin sister, our father and I got by. There was actually a great famine for much of my early childhood, and often we went without food. I had many happy moments with my family, but the darkest times began when my father remarried. My stepmother always resented my sister and me. We didn't like her much either, to be honest. God, she was horrible. Sometimes she would take my sister and me out for long walks in the forest, and then she'd hurry home. My sister and I couldn't keep up, and we'd often get lost. We learned to leave a trail of whatever we could find on those walks to help us get home. I guess In some ways, our stepmother helped us become resourceful like that. My sister is a real fighter, the kind of woman any girl or boy could look up to. She volunteers to work with various youth organizations now. Enough about her. Okay, what else? Maybe I should talk about my feelings, yes? You may find it hard to believe, but I've always struggled with various eating disorders and anxiety around food. Eating anything rich makes me feel scared and anxious. It's hard to describe. My sister has actually experienced similar issues, and it has worsened for us both as we've gotten older. That's not normal, now, is it? We've seen countless doctors about this in the past. They've determined that our issues may be trauma-related, but have yet to help us sort out the underlying source. They have yet to fix us. That's why we're here.
Welcome to Neuroprober training. I am pleased to be your guide. When I'm speaking, you can all, whether you are speaking with the client directly or neuroprobing within their mind, it is always imperative to listen. You'll find that every detail of the subconscious is trying to tell its story. In the case of our clients, it's often the forgotten story of the trauma they experienced. Some parts of the patient's memory may have become confused or corrupted by the conscious mind's attempts to reconcile or cover up the truth of what happened to them. However, if you look closely and carefully in the right places, you will find that the truth will ultimately shine through. Some parts of the subconscious allow you to interact with them. While neuroprobing, make an A button motion to engage with it. Holding on to left trigger will allow you to move the item around to examine it further. When you are done, you can make an A motion again, and it will return to its natural position. While neuroprobing, you will encounter objects that look like photographs. This is how your consciousness interprets the concrete memory moments it finds within the client's psyche. Typically, there are about 10 of these memory photos found in each psyche. The mind can hold on to only so much. You'll find that half of these photos present an actual moment relating to the trauma. The other half tend to be false memories created by the client's conscious mind. It will ultimately be up to you to determine which are which. More on that later. When you acknowledge a memory photo, it will surface more prominently in the client's psyche, and at that point can be found in a safe area of the mind, often where you begin within the client's mind. When you have found all 10 photos, you must put 5 of the memories that actually represent the trauma in the proper order. Doing so will, at last, fully release the memory to the client's conscious mind. Often he or she will experience a breakthrough at this moment. That breakthrough is what every neuroprober lives for, and is the key to the client finally being able to work towards true recovery. The most important thing you do as a neuroprober is find and acknowledge these photos. However, this is easier said than done. While some photos are freely available in the subconscious, others are buried deeply within and will need to be coaxed out. Interacting with one part of the mind can sometimes open up new areas of the psyche. Some things, like these doors, can change their state in response to actions taken elsewhere. The subconscious doesn't take kindly to intruders, and will take every opportunity to feed off of any sensations of anxiety or tension you offer to it. If you can, try to stay calm and peaceful. even in the face of terror. If you can calm yourself, you'll find the subconscious will calm itself too. Here is an example of an especially buried memory. Some details of a given trauma can be especially tenacious, but by gently and cleverly listening to the clues the mind gives you, you will find all you need to work through it. Just think of it as a puzzle for you to solve. When you focus on these puzzles, make a left trigger motion if you need to break your concentration. While neuroprobing, your consciousness is lost deep inside the subconscious mind of the client. While this is a journey that you must make alone, we at the Neurostalgia Institute take the safety of our neuroprobers very seriously. If you need to access any of your neuroprober tools or pull your consciousness free, press your finger where a start button might be. This will bring up your neuroprober tools, and you can proceed as needed from there. Do you remember when I mentioned that the client's subconsciousness can feed off of your fear? Some especially vulnerable areas can be very sensitive and dangerous. When you place your consciousness in another's subconsciousness, there is a risk of you getting hurt, of the pain and turmoil of the client's subconscious drawing your own mind into its agony. You must be brave in these areas despite the risk. You must stay calm. Should you let your fears get the best of you, it will be incredibly difficult to proceed unharmed. You can even pick up and walk around with some objects. To do so, interact with it, and then start walking while holding on to it. When your consciousness is in another's subconsciousness, your psyches will inevitably intermingle. Just as the client's mind can affect you, you will see parts of yourself reflected in the mind of the client. Tread lightly and tread carefully. At Neurostalgia, we take great measures to ensure our neuroprober's safety as best we can. However, you are about to proceed through a highly dangerous area that you must face alone. If the client's subconscious becomes too volatile, you will be automatically removed from this area of the mind and taken to a safer area of the mind. Use this as an opportunity to collect yourself. When you're ready, you will be able to easily return to where you left off to battle the darkness and chaos that has taken root in the client's subconscious.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's all rushing back to me. It's so awful, and I don't want to remember, but yes, I now know the face of my demon. My sister and I, we were taken out into the woods by my stepmother for one of her nighttime walks. We'd usually find our way back by leaving a trail of whatever we could grab before the walk. Marbles, pieces of paper, even pebbles. However, one night, she took us deep, deep into the woods. We brought some bread to leave a trail of crumbs, but all the forest creatures must have eaten them. We were lost, so lost. We tried to find our way back, but it was so dark, and we were in a very strange part of the woods. We were lost for days, hungry and tired. We finally found a house and were so hopeful that someone might be able to help us. That house, though, that house was no ordinary house. It looked like candy, and there was something off about it. We shouldn't have gone in, but we did. It was a prison for lost children like us. There was a woman in the house who would fatten her prisoners up and try to eat them, and that was going to be our fate. I was first. She tricked me into getting close to the oven, and before I knew it, I was inside. If it weren't for my clever sister Gretel pulling me out in time, I would have been burned alive. We escaped that house and found our way home. After that, things started to get better. Our awful stepmother passed away, and my family came into some wealth. I guess we just forgot about those events. I mean, how could you live with those images and memories inside your mind? Then again, they were always there. The old woman still torturing us beyond memory, beyond time. However, I can now confront my past, confront this trauma. Thank you. It is better to know than not to know.
So that completes the first introductory chapter of Nevermind. It's quite a refreshing experience, to be very honest. It doesn't have many jump scares or scary sequences, but it's got that air of eeriness like right through the entire game. I mean, I could tell in my mind I was losing it at some points, but well, that's the objective of the game, to keep calm through and through. Keeping calm makes it easier, I suppose. And it's funny how they use the story of Hansel and Gretel for the first introductory chapter. It's like a blast from the past kind of thing. Anyway, till I see you guys in part 2, this is Metafalker signing off. See you later.